Welcome back, everyone. Well, about a month ago, I interviewed Steve Trim. And Steve Trim is a volunteer up at Grants Cottage in Wilton. And if any of you have been up to the cottage, you know that it's one of the most beautiful views of the valley, I think, any place in upstate New York. And of course, there's that amazing history that Grants Cottage is where General Grant, passed away. And there's a wonderful story about it. Well, joining me today is Steve Betts, who is a volunteer up there also. We're going to talk a bit about the history of the cottage itself. And Beverly Sunders is here, who's an artist, and she's going to talk about an event coming up for artists to go up there and paint. Well, this sounds pretty exciting to me. So welcome, both of you. Very nice to have you here. It's usually ladies first, but I'm going to start with you, Steve, because I just want to know a little bit about the history for our viewers, in case they don't know about the cottage.
Well, since the early 1880s, there has been a history of art on Mount McGregor. The two developers of the mountain were W.J. Arkell and Drexel, and the Arkell Cottage became an art gallery in the early 1880s. And after that art gallery, there was art on the mountain for the next 130 years. At first at the TB Sanitarium that was created there, later at a home for returning World War II vets, and finally at the prison, which existed from the 1970s until 2014. So there's a history of art on Mount McGregor for about 130 years.
Got you. Now, I want to cycle back just because I remember the other Steve was telling me that Drexel was a friend of Grant's, and that when Grant was sick and knew he was going to die, they were trying to get him out of the city and in a peaceful place to live out the rest of his time, so that he gave him that cottage, right?
He gave Grant and his family the use of the cottage, and General Grant came to the cottage on June 16, 1885, very close to death, to finish his memoirs, and he and his family lived there until July 23rd when he passed away. And Drexel, fortunately for us, saw the importance of that site as a historic site, locked the door, and made great efforts to make it into a living museum, which it is today.
That's right. You know, I've been up there, and so much of the original cottage, when Grant was there, is preserved. There are linens that are preserved, silverware dishes. It's really amazing to see. Not to mention that, again, the site from that ridge is probably one of the most beautiful sites in the world. So, Bev, you've been up there.
Yes, I have.
And I forget how you told me who came up with the idea to do this plein air. But tell us a bit about it.
Okay. I visited up there in the early summer and was visiting with Steve, and they had come up with a art event plan, but they couldn't get off the ground. And they noticed that I had experience in this, in the art and coordinating area, and my connections. And I told them I would help them create a plein air event in support of their arts festival.
Nothing like asking an artist to get involved with creating an event. But look, quick sidebar here. Bev has a really wonderful gallery at the Shirt Factory, located right in Glens Falls, which is where we first met.
Yes, we did.
And if you want to see her work, which is exceptional, you can always go to the gallery and see it. But this event, because of the beautiful scenery and whatever, is open to artists, correct? So this is really a call to art.
Yes, it is, Jesse. We're here to let the public know that there's a call for artists to come up and paint freely from 10 to 6 on Saturday, the August 27th, and enjoy the site, the views, and then possibly to help support Grant Cottage by selling those works at an art auction.
Right. Now, we also, there's another event, and we're going to have you back again to talk about the event in September. But Ann Diggory, if you're out there, we're talking to you. And any artist who wants to go up there and paint. The 27th is a Saturday, August 27th, right? Rain or shine?
Rain or shine.
Okay, we won't
yeah,
mention
we're
rain.
worried
Okay,
about that.
okay.
No rain.
It'll just be shine for sure. And go up there and take in this view. Spend the whole day. If ever there was an inspirational place, it's got to be this. And of course, you're raising awareness for Grants Cottage because you want to stimulate more tours. And I'm telling you, if you're here in Saratoga visiting, or you live here and you may have driven by it and didn't know about it or whatever, you have to go up there. This place is absolutely amazing. And the point you made about it being so well preserved is really true.
The carpets on the floor at Grant Cottage are the same carpets that President and General Ulysses S. Grant walked on 130 years ago.
Wow.
It's an absolutely incredible place. It's been preserved, and we just encourage people to come for a tour anytime. It's open, which is 5 days a week. It's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. And to come up and paint at our plein air event and just enjoy the views, because we have a view of 4 states looking east at the overlook. It's just an amazing place. Thank you.
I know. And it's worth it to find out more about Grant's life. You're talking about an individual here that not only had amazing success as a military general, but President of the United States. Kind of an interesting guy, up and down. Not his whole life was successful, and his memoirs, and he wrote those memoirs up there at the cottage and really finished it, really did it.
He finished his memoirs. He has been bankrupted. His family was totally broke, and he had to write the memoirs and finish the memoirs before he died to provide a living for his family.
That's right.
It's a fascinating story.
I remember that. So, Bev, you going to paint up there?
I am really looking forward to a day up there to bring my easel and my pastels and paint and support Grant Cottage.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated and thrilled to be there, and it's such a gem that we have here in Wilton, Glens Falls region.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Right off exit 16
16.
is where you go. You shoot up the mountain road there. A lot of people know there was a prison there. It's closed now, so you don't have to worry about that. The guard's gone at the gate there. The gate's open. Go up. The other event I mentioned, we're going to have you back again because in September the 18th, which is a Sunday, there's going to be an art festival up there with music and food. A lot of the artists who have painted on August 27th will have works there, and that's a fundraiser for Grants Cottage. So we'll have you back again to talk about that. Okay.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for waiting for me.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the opportunity, Jesse.
Appreciate
You're
it.
quite welcome.
I appreciate
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.